Welcome to Lo-Fi Stories. I'm Harry, your host for tonight's mystery. Before we begin, tell me, where are you listening from? Let's get started. The Boy from Ashmare Lane. Part 1. The Boy with the Eyes. There's a boy I once knew. Cal Mercer was his name. Lived at the edge of Ashgrove, a place where streetlights flickered like old ghosts and secrets sat behind every painted smile. Cal wasn't loud, didn't raise his hand in class, didn't join sports or clubs. But if he looked at you, really looked, he'd see what you tried to hide. Things you told no one, things you didn't dare admit, even to yourself. It wasn't magic. Not exactly. It was more like perception sharpened to a blade. Some said it was a sixth sense. Others whispered the word curse. But Cal? He just lived with it, quietly, always alone. Part 2. The Town That Didn't Speak. Ashgrove was the kind of place where the air always felt heavy. The buildings were old but proud. Church bells rang at 8 and 6, but no one listened. People smiled at each other on the street, but never looked too long into anyone's eyes, especially Cal's. You see, Ashgrove had history, dark corners that everyone knew but no one talked about. Kids went missing sometimes, not often, just enough to make folks keep porch lights on longer than they needed to. And one day, it happened again. A boy named Eli Black, gone without a trace. Part 3. The Principal's Glance. The Monday after Eli vanished, the air at school was strange, too quiet. No assembly, no announcements, just tension. Principal Harlow walked the halls like a man lost in his own building. He passed Cal in the stairwell. Just one look, 1 second, but Cal caught it, something behind his eyes. A muddy field, a shovel, and Eli's voice echoing, not a scream, not a cry, just a whisper of regret. Cal didn't blink. He just kept walking, but he'd seen enough. Part 4. Into the Woods. That night, Cal walked past the edge of town, through the broken fence behind the school, into the woods. The moon hung low, like it knew something it didn't want to say out loud. Branches cracked underfoot. Owl calls stuttered, and then a clearing. The ground looked too fresh, a patch of dirt darker than the rest. Near an old elm tree, something shiny caught Cal's eye. A student ID, half covered in leaves. Eli's name, still visible. Part 5. The Watcher. But Cal wasn't alone. He could feel it. A presence. Heavy. Watching. The kind of thing that makes your spine tighten before your brain catches up. He turned fast. No one there. But on the path back home, tucked under his front door, was a note. 5 words, written in neat black ink. Stop looking. Or disappear, too. Part 6. Most kids would have backed off. Cal didn't. He started digging. Not dirt this time. Archives. Old yearbooks. Missing student cases from decades past. And that's when he found something strange. A photograph from 1971. Class photo, third row. There he was, a man with sharp eyes, dark hair, and a face that hadn't aged a day. Cal kept flipping pages, flipping years. Same man. Same cold eyes. Always near the students who vanished. Harlow looked tired. His eyes sagged like they were carrying years no clock could measure. He didn't lie, didn't even flinch. Some people don't belong in time, he said. They walk through generations, collecting silence. Part 8. The Choice. That night, Cal wrote everything down. Every name, every date, every whisper the town had tried to forget. He made copies, hid them, left one with a girl from his chemistry class, Mia, the only person who ever asked if he was okay. He told her, "If anything happens to me, don't tell the police. Tell the world." Principal Harlow retired that same month. Packed up, moved out of town. Some said he was sick. Others said he was scared. But Mia, she mailed those pages. To reporters, to bloggers, to anyone who'd listen. Wind turn from conference stern. Having a power for vanished just throw out there. Mia Portia had. Well, about Thursday. Sometimes, when the wind shifts just right, you can still see a figure sitting on the bench outside Ashgrove High. A quiet boy with dark eyes, hands in his lap, not moving, not blinking. People say it's just their imagination, but if he ever looks your way, don't blink back, because he already knows what you're hiding. Thank you for listening to tonight's story. Now tell me, what would you have done if you were in Cal's place? Let me know in the comments.